All right, welcome back. And Oregon opens their Pac-12 season on Saturday in Tucson against the Arizona Wildcats. Always, I don't know why, always a tough place to play. And you mentioned it before, Arizona comes here, plays just as well. But that place in Tucson, Pac-12 is tough anytime you play on the road. But there's something different about Tucson.
It is. You know, I think I get a similar feeling, I guess, to what opposing teams would get when they come into our place and how difficult it is to play here. And, you know, for some reason for us going down to Tucson and playing in front of the Zona Zoo is a real difficult thing. And, you know, 2007 we lost down there when Dennis went down and we were the #2 team in the country. And then we went down there 2 years ago and won a double overtime classic game with them. You know, but when they came up here, they've played us tough too. So we seem to match up well with them. They seem to match up well with us. And it's going to be one of those classic knockdown, drag-out Pac-12 games.
Well, you mentioned the matchup, and I think you talked about the strength, first of all, of Arizona's defenses in their defensive secondary with the athletes. Oregon's offense obviously has athletes, so you put athletes on athletes, and that sometimes gets that speed all over the field that creates that matchup.
It is, and I think that's what our league is known for, is its speed, and they can counter the speed that we have with kids like Shaquille Richardson and Golden and Trevon Wade and kids like that running around making plays. You know, and how do they handle LT, and how do they handle LaMichael, and how do they handle DeAnthony is going to be a big, you know, that kind of counter-punch type of situation when we go against them. But the other side of the ball is a huge matchup for us. When you have Nick Foles and that group of receivers, you know, matched up with us trying to get pressure on him, and then see how guys like Jerron Kreiner and Douglas and Roberts and Buckner and the whole group match up against our secondary is going to be a battle.
They've had a tough start, obviously. I mean, they got the opening win, but played 2 top 10 teams in a row. One, Oklahoma State on the road before the Cowboys took care of them, and then Stanford, obviously a very, very good team, you know, in the Pac-12 conference. That one in Tucson. So they've had a tough start. What does a team like that learn from 2 losses against top 10 teams? You know, what have you found in your experience over time that a team like that, how they react, backed into a corner, whatever else it might be?
I think when you got good football teams that are well coached, that when you lose games, especially to high-profile teams, is that you really kind of find out what you're made of. And for us, we lost our opening game to LSU to a highly ranked team, and our team bounced back from that. And I would expect nothing less from a Mike Stoops coach team. Is that, you know, that's a pretty tough schedule that they have. I think they play Oklahoma State as a top 10 team, Stanford as a top 10 team, us, and then I believe the week after us they have USC. So, you know, the schedule makers were not very nice to Arizona for one reason or another, but I expect whenever you play against a Mike Stoops coach team, is they're going to take on the personality of their head coach, and he's fiery and he's a competitor, and I expect nothing less than a battle on Saturday. All
right, Coach. Well, again, as always, thanks for joining us. All those people back at the cooler, nice to have you there too, and along the Oregon IMG Sports Network.
Jerry.
Hey, Jerry, how you doing? So, hey, thanks for everybody for joining us. Back to you, Jerry.